Fall is here, the leaves are changing. Hi guys, it's your girl Shay, and I thought I would bring you along on a fall reset. So I am decleaning the plant spaces. So downstairs is my dad's plant space. It's in the far right corner, and his plants are thriving there because they get 24-hour sunlight. It's crazy. They just grow like crack. I don't get it. So I was just like, I had so much energy this day. I was like, you know what? Let me clean this area up. It's looking a little disorganized. There's things everywhere. It's just looking a mess. So I was like, you know what? Let's tackle this. And while I was deciding to tackle this, I noticed that my dad had spider mites on one of the bean plants. So I put a warning, it's coming up in a bit, but if you don't like bugs, skip that part. But honestly, it was gross. So I'm just gonna show you how I treated it. Oh my god, look at them, they're disgusting. This is the second time that I had spider mites. The first one was my very first plant that I had gotten, and it completely ruined the plant. It killed it, and it was so healthy, and I was so sad. So first thing I did was took that, isolated it, put it outside, dealt with it. So now we're gonna have to deep clean and sanitize this entire area. So I like this area because it kind of looks like a greenhouse, you know what I mean? The sun comes shining in, it's just beautiful. My dad got his plants here. So we're just gonna throw some gloves on and we're gonna move everything out of the way, clean it up, sweep, mop, all that good stuff. So we're gonna get into it right now. I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that when I walk by something multiple times a day, it needs to be clean, so if I'm noticing that something is dirty, something is out of place, it just bothers me. It's in the back of my head. So this area was constantly bothering me because every single morning I go downstairs, I say good morning to everybody, and this spot was just in disarray. Okay, I like to go down and peep at the plants because I'm just like, my dad's plants is doing better than mine. This can't happen. My mom always laughs because it's one giant competition. My dad loves flowers. He likes beautiful pink, white, orange, all these nice, beautiful, colorful things. I'm more of the tropical plants, but when I have plants that I'm struggling with or I just don't want them anymore, I just give it to my dad. He will take them, and he actually successfully got these calla lilies to flower. Okay, and they're really hard to flower. We went to the nursery and they told us, yeah, it's really difficult, it takes years. He got it to flower, so I guess he has a green thumb. But yeah, look at how much dirt is on this floor. And it's inevitable because we are using soil. And it just happens when you go to water a plant, it kind of sprinkles. Yeah. Anyway, so we have this old table that we had from our old house and they refused to get rid of it. There was some plastic on here that was kind of caked on. So I just moved everything off the table, swept everything underneath because it was just looking messy. Okay. I hate walking on dirt, tracking all through the damn house. So we're gonna sweep all this up, throw that out, mop the floor, and I'm using some pine saw, which is a disinfectant, to make sure that all this is nice and disinfected, nice and clean. I love the smell of pine saw. I don't know, do you guys? I just love it. It smells so clean. Every time I clean and mop the floor, I'm just like, this smells good. I don't even need a candle. This smells delicious. So my dad also has some water propagations that I set up for him, and I moved those out of the way, and then we're gonna do some dusting because every single time I come downstairs I am just sneezing. I have a sneezing fit because this season is the dust allergy, hay fever type beat. Okay, and yeah, I just felt like there was just way too much dust. I don't think this has been cleaned since we moved in, which is ridiculous to say. You can't even get in there because there was just so many plants. So I'm gonna make a little basin of water with this Lysol. This is the peach one. It smells delicious. So just some waters that I can wipe down and disinfect the walls, disinfect the windows and all of that. And it worked great. Just throw in some gloves, a nice little washcloth, wiped everything down. Everything, it can be simple, cleaning doesn't have to be difficult. But how I like to clean is I like to tackle things. Usually I will tackle the largest thing first. So I'll just move everything out, disinfect, dust, wipe down things, and then obviously sweep, and then we're gonna mop. And then I'll put everything back. But yeah, there was a lot of plant things here that I had to be careful of. He didn't want to throw out his container, so as I moved those away, he actually rinsed those down, and then we put it back so it could be more organized, which is perfect. But yeah, cleaning down the windowsill, there was a lot of dirt, a lot of dead bugs here, so I made sure to scrub everything down, wipe down the windows, disinfect all of that. It was pretty dusty, but yeah, I'm curious, what are you guys cleaning for the fall season? Like, what do you guys do to ring in the fall season? Like, I had posted a video recently where I cleaned out my closet. So I took all my summer clothes and I put them away, took out my winter and fall clothes, because in Canada, the weather is just unpredictable. Like, for example, we can have 20, 30 degree Celsius weather in the day, and then it'll drop down to like 7, okay? Or like 10, and it's just ridiculously cold at night for no reason, right? It's just like you can't even decide what to wear, okay? Because you bring out your winter coat, it's too hot for the winter coat. You bring out a sweater, it's too hot. So yeah, time for the mopping. We're doing the pine sol, my favorite part. It smells so good. So this is the original pine sol. They also have the orange version and the is it violet? Lavender. It's violet color, but it's called lavender. But yes, just mopping up everything, making sure everything's nice and disinfected, especially because there was spider mites. Now, spider mites, even though they use their spider webs, spider senses, they don't like jump. They do crawl. So I just wanted to make sure that everything was nice and sanitized, so that I make sure that the plants don't get infected. And no need to worry about the other plants because we treated them with diatomaceous earth, which is another like plant pest control method. But yeah, look at this huge birds of paradise. So I got one for me and then one for my dad, and his is getting bigger than mine, which is a problem. I have this golden pothos here. We're trying to use it on like a plank of wood, see if it would grow up, and I don't know what it is doing, but we'll see. Yeah, so just sweeping all the dirt. I was gonna move this out and sweep behind it, and they were like, no, you can't, it's gonna break. I'm like, well, I do with mine. Anyway, so I couldn't get underneath there, so this was the best that I could do. But yeah, it was looking nice and clean right after. So how often do you guys clean your plant spaces? Or am I calling you guys out? You know, do you need to go clean something right now? Because I try to clean mine at least once every couple of weeks, or at least once a month. Like, I will move every single thing from my plant shelves. I will spray them down, treat them for pests, and I will wipe down the walls and sweep the dirt and all that stuff. I don't know. I just like to keep things clean, especially since it's in my bedroom. I just want to make sure that, you know, nothing is just rotting. There's no mold, all that stuff. But yeah, I just like to maintain my plant shelves. So I figured since my dad hadn't cleaned his, I'm like, you know what? I have energy today. Let's do something productive, you know? I didn't get to go to the gym, so I was like, let's do some cardio. Let's clean this up. But yeah, so I mopped everything. It was nice and clean. I wish you guys could smell this through the screen because it smelled delicious. The Lysol peach scent and the pine sol on the floor, just, oh my, chef's kiss. Anyway, so here's a part of the video where we are treating these spider mites. So I took the plant outside and I'm just blasting it with cold water, and I feel like I wish I could see how the spider mites were acting, because I feel like they were just like screaming, you know, like, oh my god, she turned the tap on. But yeah, so I'm just spraying them off because they don't fly, they do crawl. So just spray them off, you know, making sure to get all of them off. Now, because spider mites lay eggs in the soil, and they possibly could lay them on the plant, I have to monitor this. But immediately after, I let it dry off in the sun, and then we sprayed it with some neem oil, soap, and water. And then we also put some diatomaceous earth on the soil to kind of kill the eggs or any spider mites that may hatch. Because usually when they're that bad, like how I showed you in the beginning, they definitely laid eggs. They had a party, they had a cookout, and they laid eggs, okay? But here's the final product. Here's my fall reset for my deep cleaning, the plant spaces. Now that that is clean, we're going to tackle the kitchen next. So I like to clean my things in sections. So I clean the plant spaces, and then I also clean the kitchen, which is downstairs. I also cleaned other sections, but I will put that in another video because then this video is just gonna be too long. So first thing I did was clear off the counter. I like to clear everything off the spaces that I'm cleaning, otherwise it's cluttered and I just get disorganized. So I'm putting all the dishes into the dishwasher. I'm not using the dishwasher at this time because you see me put some pots and stuff like that. I bet you people are screaming at screen like, don't put some pots in there, girl. Don't worry, I know. I'm just filling it up so that this is out of my way. I'll be washing them by hand later on. I just need the space. So cleaning all the dishes off, putting everything away, and then I'm going to be using the Barkeeper's Friend. This is probably the best product I have ever used on literally anything, like the stove, the floors, the bathtub, the toilet. Like, it's just amazing. So I also bought the liquid version of this, and I don't like it, honestly. I prefer the powder, and all you have to do is just add a little bit of liquid just to activate it. So I'm just sprinkling a little bit of water on this, and look at how shiny that is. And it really gets rid of like hard water stains. So if you're using tap water, kind of defeats the purpose. But it just makes everything so nice and shiny. It is a disinfectant, so I don't have to worry about, also disinfecting after. And so I'm just spraying down the oven because this gets pretty oily, especially when we are cooking. It just build up, it's yellow from the grease. But I'm wiping every single thing down, wiping down the knobs, wiping down the stovetop, and then I'm wiping down the fan cover. This one gets so dusty. And then I also sprayed down the kitchen cupboards. Just wipe all that down because there's some splatter on there from food and cooking and just nonsense. Even grease buildup, So I'm using the Lysol degreaser. It's the kitchen degreaser, and this works best for the cupboards and the stove, and also I'm going to be using it on the microwave. This just has that grease cutting action, and I just like it. So next I'm going to be bleaching and disinfecting all the sponges that we use. So my mom refuses to throw these out, so I have to kind of deal with it. So I'm just spraying this down with bleach because clearly if I'm using this on my dishes, I want to make sure that it is disinfected. You don't want to be washing your dishes with, infected things. And it's like, how often do people wash these? I guess probably people just throw them out and buy new ones, but yeah. So using the Barkeeper's Friends once again onto the kitchen sink. So I have to disinfect this because so not only do we wash dishes in here, but we also disinfect our food, like our chickens, meats, all that stuff. I want to make sure this is nice and sanitized. So I'm also using the Dawn dish soap spray. So just spraying that all over the kitchen sink, scrubbing that down. I'm using a very abrasive scrubber, so I make sure that I scrub all the residue off of the sink. And I sanitize anything that has been on the counter. So, anything that's holding the soap and scrubbers and all that stuff. Comment down below if you agree, but I don't know about you guys. I just feel like cleaning is just very relaxing to me. It's anxiety reducing. Anything where I have to be distracted, my mind is distracted, I'm cleaning, I'm organizing, stuff like that, it really reduces my anxiety. So this to me is kind of a recharging activity, especially the fact knowing that after this is clean, I can sit down and relax and I feel like it's done. Whereas when I'm sitting in bed and I'm thinking about all the stuff that I have to clean, it bothers me because I'm like, oh, I still have to do this and it's the weekend and I don't know how much time it's gonna take. So I just tackle it, get it out of the way. You know what I mean? Just get it done. Check that off the list. It's off your plate. So I'm also wiping down the microwave because that gets greasy, using the Lysol degreaser spray. That's honestly perfect for this. And yeah, everything looked nice and squeaky clean. I felt great stepping back and just looking at the kitchen and how it looks so clean and shiny. I was just so happy. So then I took the time to sweep the floor. Sometimes I vacuum. This time I was like, you know what, let's just sweep it. Make sure all the dirt, dust, all that is off the floor. And then I ran the mop. It has the pine sol in it, so the kitchen smells nice and great. And so I just mopped all the areas, make sure it's nice and squeaky clean, and then I made sure no one goes in the kitchen until they can dry. But yeah, this is just my favorite time, is just cleaning. I don't know, I just feel happy, I feel productive, I feel good. So if you guys are procrastinating cleaning something, maybe you have a chore to do or something on your checklist that you need to, check off, maybe this is the time. I hope this gave you the motivation and I hope it kind of inspires you. But let me know down below, what are you trying to clean up this fall season? What do you guys do for your fall resets? But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I hope this relaxed you and you watched this and you kind of got inspired. But I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, guys.